Shell's Wonderful World of Golf is in North Carolina today at the Pinehurst Resort and Country Club on its famous #2 course, the best of architect Donald Ross's prolific works. It's springtime here in the Carolinas. The dogwood are in full bloom as this historic layout hosts a head-to-head match between Jack Nicklaus and his longtime rival and friend Arnold Palmer for perhaps the last time in their storied careers. This is Shell's Wonderful World of Golf, a series of international golf matches played on the world's most famous golf courses. Welcome to Pinehurst, a sleepy little town nestled among the pines and sandhills of North Carolina. Founded in the late 19th century by the Tufts family, it evokes all the feeling and charm of an unspoiled New England village. In the heart of the town is the Pinehurst Hotel, a stately building that is still Old South in its welcome and warmth. The centerpiece of Pinehurst are its 7 golf courses, most notably the legendary #2 course designed by Donald Ross. While almost all of the game's champions have walked these famous fairways, today's competition will surely rank among its most historic, for this will be the culmination of one of the most famous rivalries in golf. It all started in the summer of 1960 at Cherry Hills in Denver, when a golfer named Arnold Palmer made his finest ever charge to win his only U.S. Open. The runner-up was a 20-year-old amateur with a powerful swing. His name was Jack Nicklaus. 2 years later at Oakmont in Arnold's backyard, the rivalry began in earnest with a playoff for the same championship. This time, the title went to Jack, his first win as a professional and the beginning of his ascent to golfing greatness. Arnold Palmer is the most popular player the game has known. His go-for-broke style and compelling personal charm made him a favorite of the crowds, his fans calling themselves Arnie's Army. The rivalry now spans more than 3 decades. They have always been fierce competitors, but through it all, these two giants have been able to retain a remarkable feeling for each other, a true friendship. Hello, I'm Jack Whitaker. Welcome to the second show in the new edition of Shell's Wonderful World of Golf. Nicklaus and Palmer, Palmer and Nicklaus, 2 names that defined the sport in the boom years of the 60s when the game spread around the world like a benign plague. 2 men who grew up 10 years apart and not far from each other, but in far different circumstances. Arnold in Latrobe, Pennsylvania, where his father was the greenskeeper at the Latrobe Country Club. Arnold, with a touch of blue in his collar, was almost self-taught. Jack Nicklaus was nurtured at the Scioto Country Club in Columbus, Ohio, where his father was a member, and taught by one of the game's great instructors, Jack Grout. The 2 of them came from far different backgrounds, but are united in their great love and affection and the magnificent contributions they have made to the game. Their rivalry over the years has raised the standard of the game, and like all great sport confrontations, like those between Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier, Alydar and Affirmed, Ben Hogan and Sam Snead, they bring out the best in each other. Now they meet once again on Donald Ross's masterpiece. 2 old lions in winter, still growling at each other, still circling each other, and still ready to entertain us yet once again. Our regular commentator, Dave Marr, is not with us with this show. He's feeling a bit under the weather, but we hope to have him back soon. In the meantime, we're happy to welcome aboard a man who played in 3 of the original Shell's Wonderful World of Golf, a man who was Arnold's playing partner in the final 2 rounds of the 1962 Open, and a PGA champion, Mr. Bob Rosberg. Rossi?
Thanks, Jack. I feel very honored to be associated with the Shell series again. I was fortunate enough to play 3 matches in the earlier series, but let's forget about that. Today, we're at a shrine of American golf, Pinehurst #2, for a match between 2 of the greatest players that ever lived, Jack Nicklaus and Arnold Palmer. Jack, you were involved in a match in the earlier series. One of the most exciting ones we ever had was Sam Snead at Pebble Beach.
Sam and I played at Pebble Beach, and we went back and forth, and I go back and I look at that match every once in a while. I still enjoy watching it, and of course, I ended up winning by a shot. I guess that's why I enjoy watching it too, Rossi.
Arnold, since Jack came out in 1960, has there ever been anybody that you wanted to beat more than Jack Nicklaus?
I guess the guy was playing on that particular day, but that's certainly one of the people I wanted to beat, Bob.
Well, you've had a wonderful competition between the two of you, and it's been great for golf. What do you think about that? Has he been your toughest guy?
Well, I think it was a little different. Arnold was in the top of the game when I came out, and there was a guy I had to set my sights on, Rossi, and if I wanted to get near the top or something, Arnold was the guy that I had to challenge, and Arnold was already there. I was just one of the challengers. So we've had a great rivalry through the years. We've had a lot of fun. Arnold's won some matches, I've won some matches, but here we are 30 years later and still continuing it, and I'm sure we're going to have a lot of fun today doing it again.
Well, good luck to both of you. I'd like to now introduce the Executive Director of the United States Golf Association, David Fay, who will referee this match.
Thanks, Rossi. Arnold, Jack, this match, the Shells match, will be 18 holes, stroke play. In the event of a tie after 18 holes, we will not have a playoff, and the match will be declared a draw. And the rules of the United States Golf Association will govern play. And now for the coin toss.
Very good.
Arnold, if you'll do the honors, heads or tails?
Heads.
President Eisenhower.
Well, that's it. We'll see you later.
You get to pick the batting order.
Well, I'll let Jack go first.
Okay.
All right, Jack to hit first. Rossi, let's take a look at this first hole here at Pinehurst #2.
Slightly downhill hole, bends to the left. Driving area, you want to stay right because of the bunker on the left. A good drive will set up a medium iron. Have to worry about that big bunker to the left. Everything slopes very sharply on these greens, as you will see all day. Hole location in the back middle today. Jack's lost this to the right. Been having a little trouble with his driving lately. Should be okay, though.
Another one like that, and I might be able to get there.
And Arnold is driven on the same line as Jack.
Doesn't want him to get too far out of sight.
Staying close together, Jack.
Here's the story on Pinehurst #2, par 71, 6,700 yards. Course record 62 by Tom Watson and 2 others. And the honors, there they are. 1994 U.S. Senior Open and the 1999 U.S. Open on Pinehurst #2.
Jack Nicklaus out of the light right-hand rough, perfect angle. Flagstick cut in the back left. And there's what you'll see at Pinehurst a lot. Severe slopes right off the edge of the greens that throw the balls down into the bunker and into the waste areas. Arnold outdrove Jack about 10 yards here. Same angle, coming in the entire length of the green. He has a 5-iron.
Turn. Turn a little bit.
And you can see how firm the greens are here at Pinehurst. And there it goes off the back edge.
State orange.
Trickling down into that dormant Bermuda. This time of year, they just haven't had the growth, Jack.
Hit that 5 that far.
The winner will take home $100,000. Second place is $50,000. Now Arnold's third shot.
Arnold has a putter. With the dormant Bermuda, it's hard to chip the ball. You'll see a lot of putting from off the green.
Very nice putt.
Beautifully played.
Jack's third shot.
As a short bunker shot, has to get the ball up very abruptly. Oh, and that's well played, too.
Both players made the putts for par, so at the end of one hole, both players are even. As you heard earlier, one of the classic matches played in the original series took place on the Monterey Peninsula over the Pebble Beach golf links. It pitted Sam Snead, golf's greatest swinger, against Jack Nicklaus in his only appearance on the original Shell's Wonderful World of Golf series. In uncharacteristically calm conditions, Snead took the early lead with shots like this at the par 3-7, setting up a second consecutive birdie. After another birdie at the ninth, Snead took a three-shot advantage. But Nicklaus fought back. After Snead bogeyed the 10th, Nicklaus made birdie on 11 and hit this unbelievable third shot on 13 to stay within one. By the 17th tee, the match was even. A stiff ocean breeze had developed and neither player could get home with a one-iron. Lying two on the front of the green, Snead had to pitch his third from the putting surface. Marvelous shot. Nicklaus also made bogey, meaning the match would be decided on the 18th hole. With Nicklaus 15 feet away for birdie, Snead had this fourth shot on the par 5. With that narrow escape, Nicklaus then had this birdie putt for the victory. Thus ended one of the most compelling chapters in Shell's Wonderful World of Golf's history. Welcome back to Pinehurst, North Carolina, the site of this week's Shell's Wonderful World of Golf. At the long par 4 second hole, both players missed the green with their second shots.
Palmer with a very long bunker shot, probably 60 feet. Flagstick cut just above a rise in the green. This will be hard to get it close. That is a beautiful golf shot. 5 feet past the hole.
Good shot. Nicely done.
Jack played his third shot to here and has this putt for par. Well, first bogey of the match.
No break.
Now Arnold with a chance to take the lead.
This is the kind of putt that's been killing Arnold lately. That one's right in the back, though.
Ooh, wasn't it? And so, after 2 holes, Arnold Palmer has taken a one-shot lead over Jack Nicklaus. Well, Rossi, let's take a look now at this third hole.
Fairly short par 4, 321 yards. Waist area all the way down the right-hand side. Players will lay up to take that right-hand bunker out of play. The left-hand bunkers are in play. Fairly easy green to putt. Probably one of the easiest on the golf course. Flagstick cut in the front today.
We're going to pick up the action now with their second shots.
Arnold from the left-hand rough after going through the trees with his tee shot.
Turn over. Turn over. Turn over. Kick leg. Yeah.
A lot of people rooting for this guy.
Marvelous shot. Now Nicklaus with his second shot.
Jack hit a 1-iron into this waist area, only 100 yards to the hole with a good lie. Very solid.
Good shot.
Beautifully played shot.
Now Arnold for birdie. Yes.
Right in the back.
Thank you. What's
Let's see what you're using here.
It's an old one.
When Arnold makes one these days, they have to look at the putter.
Jack says, where'd you get that?
Arnold, 3 putts for 3 holes. Not too bad.
I hope I can just do 18.
Jack hit a great shot out of that sand.
I did.
You both kind of caught a good break, though, didn't you?
Yeah. We could have had problems. We're going to look at the positive, though, Bob.
So a par for Nicklaus and a birdie for Palmer, who now takes a 2-stroke lead after 3 holes.
Jack, what's going on with this guy? 3 putts for 3 holes. Sort of looks like the Palmer of old.
Yeah.
Rather than the
The
old Palmer.
No, he's doing very well. You know, it's knocked in some nice putts, and of course, I missed a couple of putts, so that's why he's 2 ahead.
Arnold, we talked before. You said you hope you keep it up, but this is something new. It hadn't happened very often.
Not recently, Bob. I'm enjoying it very much at the moment.
Well, those first couple of holes must have gotten your attention. The course looked like it was playing pretty hard, those first 2 holes.
Well, I think it's playing a little more difficult. The wind, there's just a very slight breeze in your face, and, you know, there's a little nervousness in here with this whole thing going on, so I'm happy to be where I am right now.
When you put your game in front of millions of people and just 2 of you, it makes it a little tough, doesn't it?
It's a little different.
Well, we got a par 5 coming up, so go get him.
Okay.
And let's take a look at this par 5, the 4th hole.
504-yard par 5, and it is reachable. Downhill tee shot to a valley, and then the hole swings gently to the left, leaving the players an uphill second shot. Green guarded by bunkers on the left and right. Very severe green from back to front. Flagstick on the back left today.
Arnold hitting first, and look at this gallery around the tee.
Right down the middle. Good drive.
A little high, but...
Yep, solid.
Jack having a little trouble with his driver so far. He's not hit a fairway. Oh, he has now. That one's right on the same line as Arnold's.
Thanks, Terry.
So both players in the fairway with their drives. They hit their second short of the green. And we pick up the action now with Jack's 3rd shot.
Jack has an uphill lie, which makes this shot a lot easier. You don't want to pitch this ball past the hole.
Ooh, how about that? Give me birdie for Jack Nicklaus at the 4th hole. Arnold made par, so Jack picks up 1 shot, and at the end of 4 holes of play, Arnold Palmer has a 1-stroke lead. In 1969, Shell's Wonderful World of Golf continued its worldwide journey with a match at the El Conquistador Resort in Puerto Rico. The match was contested between Arnold Palmer, Chichi Rodriguez, and Gay Brewer. Brewer took an early 2-shot lead, birding 2 of the first 3 holes. But Arnie came charging out of the trees with this 3-wood second shot on the par 5 8th. With his army ready for a trademark charge, Palmer took dead aim on this 15-footer for an eagle. He was now in front. On the short par 4 11th, Chichi gave the home crowd something to cheer about, an eagle. But Arnold was too tough as he put the contest out of reach on the 15th with this long birdie putt.
I feel like Jack Nicklaus and Bill Casper today.
Arnold won, shooting a 7 under 65 in an exciting Shell's Wonderful World of Golf match. Welcome back to the horse and carriage charm of Pinehurst, North Carolina for Shell's Wonderful World of Golf. We have reached the 5th hole. Rossi?
Fairly long par 4. Drive goes slightly downhill and is partially blind. Goes over a crest of a little hill, and it swings down the hill with your second shot off a downhill lie to an elevated green. One of the harder par 4s here. Flag stick in the back right today. Well, Jack has killed this drive. That's perfect.
Now Arnold.
Still a good driver of the golf ball. And that's left. Lost his balance.
Don't like that.
Into the left-hand rough, but still playable.
Look at this gallery. It seems to be getting bigger in each hole.
A few years back, Arn, you used to drive the ball like that occasionally, but I always admired the way you could always get it out, get it on the green, and get it in the hole. And you know, during the period of time when you were young, you didn't drive the ball as straight as you do now. You drive the ball very straight now.
I do better now, but you know, when you talk about that, I guess we talk about what we've done the best over the years. And of course, you're talking about my driving, but I used to think that you won because you hit your irons so good every time. The long irons, the middle irons, everything. You got them up in the air, and you were able to hold them on the greens when you had to, and that, I think, was a key to a lot of the major championships.
Well, it was my strong suit because obviously on the par 5s, it just gave me an advantage to be able to throw the ball up in the air like that. And,
right.
You know, we all had our strong suits, and but you got to drive the ball and play to do it, don't you?
Yes, you do. Yep. I'm trying to think of one right now.
A strong suit?
Yeah.
Don't you just love to eavesdrop? There were two of the greatest talking about their strengths. Arnold will be first to hit.
Arnold from the left-hand rough. 182 yards with a 5-iron. Boy, it's a good-looking shot here.
Oh, good shot. Pretty fancy shot there.
I guess it is fancy.
Left it underneath the hole.
Another birdie opportunity for Arnold.
Nicklaus from right in the middle of the fairway. 6-iron from 169. That's a beautiful shot here.
Great shot.
That's as nice a swing as I've made in a long time, those two swings. Tee shot in the second. Matter of fact, the last 4 shots.
Jack missed his birdie putt, and now Arnold has a chance to increase his lead with his birdie attempt.
That's a bad one to leave short.
Isn't that a beauty?
Now Jack tapped in for par, Arnold parred, and after 5 holes, Arnold Palmer 1 under, Jack Nicklaus even. Now at the par 3 6th hole. .208 yards. Both players safely on the green.
Good shot.
Both had 2 putts for par at the end of 6. Arnold Palmer 1 under, Jack Nicklaus even. Now let's take a look at the 7th hole, Ross.
Very sharp dogleg to the right. Only plays 378, but plays a little longer than that if you go out to the left. You want to miss those bunkers to the right. You have a short iron into a relatively flat green. Flagstick on the back right today.
And we pick up the action with second shots.
Nicklaus hit a 3-wood short of the right-hand bunker. Has 156 yards from a bad angle. Very high in the air. And that's a beautiful golf shot right there, about 12 feet to the right of the hole. Arnold hit his drive to the right. It ran through the bunker. It is on a very sharp uphill lie. This ball's going to shoot straight up in the air. Has an 8-iron. And that just wasn't enough club from that type of lie.
Wrong club. He hit that 7 harder than I thought he did, Royce. I hit that 8 good.
Arnold put his bunker shot here and has this putt for par. And for the first time, Arnold Palmer takes a bogey. And Jack Nicklaus now has this for birdie.
Very level putt.
Yep.
2-shot swing. First time that's happened in the match.
That's a good putt. Opportunity.
Yes, a 2-stroke swing. An opportunity indeed as Jack Nicklaus takes the lead at 1 under. Arnold Palmer at even par after 7 holes. The third hole at Pinehurst No.2 is renowned not just because of its great design, but because of this lovely house that sits just off the green. This is Donald Ross's house. Donald came to us from Dornoch in the north of Scotland, where he knew every contour and nuance of the Royal Dornoch Links. His postgraduate work in golf and golf course design came at the hands of old Tom Morris at St. Andrews, and he arrived here in Pinehurst at the turn of the century at the invitation of the Tufts family, and until his death in 1948, designed 385 courses, scattering them like gems across the American countryside. They are unmistakable. You can stand on a tee and know it is a Donald Ross course because you can see what you have to do. He avoided water as if it were poison and hated penal courses. He allowed for generous driving areas and open approaches to smallish greens that are often crowned and severely sloped. Among those 385 courses are Seminole, Oakland Hills, Inverness. The list goes on and on. But he believed, and the consensus is, that Pinehurst No.2 is his masterpiece. They say he could be stubborn at times, but what he left behind are joyous green and white golf courses in harmony with nature. And 50 years from today, when architects are designing 15,000-yard golf courses to accommodate the grandsons of John Daly, they'll still study Pinehurst No.2 and gaze in awe at the wonder of Donald Ross.
Shell's Wonderful World of Golf from Pinehurst, North Carolina, continues.
We're at the 8th hole, a par 4, 418 yards, Jack Nicklaus's second shot.
Nicklaus from 155. Uphill lie, wind in his face. He has a 6-iron. A little short right, but not bad. Not a bad place to come to the flag.
Not very good.
In the meantime, Arnold put his second shot in a bunker about 20 yards short of the green.
Not a very good shot. Arnold's been pretty good out of these bunkers today, though, Jack.
And here's another one.
Jack, this shot is a typical example of a Pinehurst shot from off the edge. Ross seemed to build the greens where the ball funnels down, and it's kind of hard to pitch the ball.
Well, Rossi, particularly now, this time of year, we're just coming out of dormancy, and all winter long it's been, dormant Bermuda, and the ball gets off the greens and just runs. And, years ago, I remember when I played the North-South here. I won it in 1959, and I played Gene Andrews in the finals, and it was just like a rock on the greens and very fast around the greens. And we had this shot a lot. I shot 80, 81 in the finals and won. And it was a windy day, but still, the ball gets away, and Pinehurst can be very, very difficult because of these conditions. And as a result, I think you're playing a lot of 5 irons and 6 irons or putting the ball, and kind of have very few pitches.
Gallery continues to grow as this match goes on. Looking on now as Jack Nicklaus prepares to make a typical Pinehurst #2 shot.
As Jack said, the Bermuda is dormant and sometimes is a little rough. You might see this ball bouncing a little. Well done. Up to about a foot. Should have no trouble making par.
Arnold for par.
Yeah, good save, Jack.
A pair of 4s here, and after 8 holes of play, Jack Nicklaus at 1 under, Arnold Palmer even. Now, Rossi, let's take a look at the 9th hole.
Beautiful little par 3, 156 yards today. Elevated tee down through a valley to a green that sits about the same level as the tee. 2-level green, flag stick in the back left today. Jack with a 6-iron. Very high in the air.
Oh, what a shot.
Good shot.
Thanks, Arn.
Arnold with the same club.
No.
Coming in low, a little right. And doesn't hold.
That's right. Everything was right except the direction, Royce.
Now, Arnold's 2nd shot.
He's going to have to pitch this ball because the grass is a little longer. He cannot putt this one.
Oh.
Pretty good shot, but once they take off on these greens, goes about 5 feet by.
So Arnold missed his putt for par and took bogey, and Jack Nicklaus now a chance for another 2-shot swing. Yes.
Beautiful 2 there.
And after the first 9 holes of play, Jack Nicklaus going out in a 2 under 33, Arnold in 1 over 36. The 7th and 9th holes were the pivotal ones, 2-shot swings on each of them. Here's Rossi with the players.
Well, Jack, great finish to that 9. You really played well the last few holes.
I got it going a little bit better, Rossi. Thank you very much. And of course, that hitting in there close was a big help.
Arnold, you let it get away a little there. Hit a couple of iron shots and didn't get it up and down at 7 and 9.
Well, I haven't hit a good iron shot really in the last 6 or 7 holes. Matter of fact, I haven't hit a good one all day. And that's sort of indicative of the way I've been hitting them. Not getting the ball close or on the green when I should.
When you can't get it in the air, you can't hit it solid. It doesn't hold very well, does it?
That's right.
That's Pinehurst, though.
And this is Pinehurst. One of the many activities besides golf is lawn bowling, which along with croquet has been played on these lawns in front of the resort clubhouse since the turn of the century. Welcome back to the quiet life of Pinehurst, North Carolina, where the mailman works every day. We're at the long par 5 10th hole and picking up the action with the third shots.
Arnold laid back with his second, playing from 117 yards, slightly into the breeze. That was a little better iron there.
Birdie opportunity.
Jack hit 2 big shots here.
Oh, Jack.
Very heavy.
Fat. Hit it fat.
Well, Arnold, you didn't expect to see a shot like that from Jack, did you?
No, but some of the shots that both of us have been hitting, I suppose we shouldn't be surprised. They're liable to come any minute.
Well, maybe this is a time for the old-time charge.
I'm ready.
Have it in you?
I hope so, Bob. I'm wasting a lot of time if I don't.
Nicklaus from about 40 feet coming up the hill.
Right in the heart. Right in the heart.
Pretty good lag, though. Be a good time to get started here. Got to start that charge. I think he knew he missed it as soon as he hit it.
So both players par the 10th hole, and the score remains Jack Nicklaus 2 under par, Arnold Palmer 1 over. We're at the 11th hole. Let's take a look, Rossi.
Another of the great par 4s at Pinehurst. Waste area all the way up the right. The left-hand bunker's in play off the tee. If you can drive the ball in the fairway, you should be playing a medium to long iron into this very severely crowned green. The bunkers at the left definitely in play. Also the one at the right. Nicklaus with a driver. And this ball's a little left.
Left. Big deal there, I don't think.
That ball will be okay.
And now Arnold.
Good drive by Arnold up the right-hand side. Perfect.
During the early years, we were doing a lot of big 3 golf. I remember
Some of the laughs we had, yes.
remember when we opened Mauna Kea, there wasn't a hotel. There was nothing there. And I'll never forget, and you know, we were young, we could do it then. I remember us going down to the beach, and we were all the crew and everybody, and they had a couple bottles of rum, and they were tossing them back and forth across the beach.
Right. And we all stayed in the same house.
All body surfing. I mean, we had a ball. I mean, it was fun.
Swimming and doing all of, yeah, you're right.
That was fun, though. Everybody does
kid
crazy.
stuff.
Everybody does crazy things when they're younger. We probably do as many crazy things when we get older. Probably more.
Yes, but we're much more careful about talking about it.
Well, there you have 2 old-timers talking about younger days. Both players hit their second shots. Now we pick up the action with Jack Nicklaus's third.
Very difficult little pitch from the right-hand side of the green, out of the Bermuda rough. Ball will run away from him. That ball's running quite a bit past.
Whoa.
Played it pretty well, but just couldn't do any better than that.
I could run that far, Stever.
Arnold Palmer in the bunker.
He's played some great bunker shots today. Oh, that's another good one.
Oh. Looks like Gary Player out of the bunkers today. So now Jack Nicklaus for par. Oh, yes. How many of those have we seen him make over the years?
Hang on, you putt good. Holy smokes.
I have to where I hit it.
Now Palmer for par.
This is one he has to make, Jack. 3 behind. He just can't afford to go any farther down.
Oh, yes.
Pretty good 4 there.
Yeah, I think we're both happy to get out of there with 4 after our second shots.
How about that, Royce?
And at the end of 11 holes, Jack Nicklaus remains 2 under par, Arnold Palmer 1 over.
I'm standing in the middle of the village of Pinehurst, North Carolina, which was founded in the late years of the 19th century by Mr. James Tufts, a resourceful New Englander who had made his fortune by manufacturing those marvelous marble and inlaid silver soda fountains that used to be in every town and village of America. Mr. Tufts wanted to get away from those severe New England winters, and he bought 5,000 acres in the North Carolina sandhill country. He hired Frederick Law Olmsted to make out a village plan. Mr. Olmsted was a landscape architect who had designed New York Central Park. Mr. Tufts wanted open spaces and winding streets, and that's when Olmsted gave him. Golf was not the first attraction at this winter resort. There was tennis, and Annie Oakley was an instructor here for the shooting events that were quite popular. But when Donald Ross arrived in December of 1900, golf in Pinehurst became inseparable. Today there are 7 courses in Pinehurst, and it is golf that is king in this quiet Carolina retreat. The original hotel here was the Carolina, a grand southern retreat where guests would arrive for dinner in black tie. Today it is known as the Pinehurst Hotel. It's modern and up to date, but it still has the look and feel of the first decade of this century. A lot of things have changed here in a way. Trees have gotten bigger. We play golf now with metalhead drivers and graphite shafts. But Pinehurst is essentially the same today as it was when Frederick Law Olmsted and Donald Ross first laid their hands on these sandhills of North Carolina. We've come to the 12th hole.
Another good par 4. Downwind today. Play a little shorter than normal. Bunker's not in play on the left. Waste area all the way down the right. And a very, very severe green crowned in the middle, falls off to the right and left. Toughest pin placement you can have today, right on the crown.
We pick up the action with Jack Nicklaus's second shot.
6 iron, downwind. Good smart shot right in the middle of the green.
Like 7th.
It was almost 8 iron with that wind going.
Well, you know, if we're short now.
Yeah. No, we got to go with 7.
Yeah, I think so.
Right.
I think so, Royce.
Arnold with a big drive, 147 yards to the hole. Going to take a 7 iron. Doesn't have to hit it very hard.
Get up. Get up.
And you just can't miss to the left here. That ball trickling off the green, leaving an extremely difficult third shot.
See where it went?
And it proved to be indeed an extremely difficult shot as Arnold put it 20 feet past the hole. Jack now for birdie.
And that might be the killer right there.
Oh,
Good touch.
Thank you. That was a good putt.
A birdie for Jack. Arnold missed his par for a bogey, another two-shot swing. And after 12 holes, Jack Nicklaus 3 under, Arnold Palmer 2 over. That's the situation as we come to the 13th tee.
Shortish par 4, very generous driving area. Jack's starting to play very well. And that's another good one.
Got that one.
That was solid. Yeah. That one was solid. Perfect, isn't it?
Now Arnold.
Not real solid, but that's going to be in the fairway.
As you see, the gallery still getting larger as the sun has come out now in Pinehurst. Arnold's second shot.
Total of 137.
Uphill second shot.
137 to the hole.
Total, yeah.
Any ball hitting short of this green will back right down the hill. Arnold with an 8-iron. That's a beautiful shot there.
Marvelous shot. Nicklaus second.
Only 115 yards. That's well played, but both players will have downhill putts that will be very fast.
And because of that, both went past the hole on their first putt. Now here is Jack and his son Steve, his caddy, lining up the par putt. There's John Wagner. He and his staff have been tremendously cooperative through this whole undertaking, and we thank them very much. Oh, bogey for Jack Nicklaus.
That was a nice putt.
Well, it went that way on the second one, huh?
Yeah, it went that way. I hit it that way.
And so Arnold makes par and picks up a stroke on Jack Nicklaus. At the end of 13 holes, it's Nicklaus -2, Arnold Palmer +2. Welcome back as we continue our journey through the quiet tree-lined streets of Pinehurst, North Carolina. We are at the 14th hole.
I think the hardest hole on the golf course. Downhill par 4, very narrow fairway, bunkers left and right off the tee come into play. A good drive leaves the player with a middle iron into a well-guarded green that slopes severely back, left, and right. Flagstick in the back middle today.
Jack Nicklaus.
Oh, and this is a sharp hook. This is going to be in the left-hand trees. Look out for this one. Oh, and what a break. That ball jumped back out of the trees, through the gallery, and I think is in the bunker.
That kicked out in the bunker?
It's in the bunker.
Hit a tree or something?
Trust me.
Trust you, it's not in the tree.
Trust me, it's in the bunker.
Okay.
It is in the bunker as we pick up the second shot of Jack Nicklaus.
I think Jack is one of the greatest fairway bunker players I've ever seen. You rarely see him hit one fat, and that's the way to play out of fairway bunkers. He's got a 5-iron from 170 into the breeze. He's going to have to get all over it, but this is one hole. If you want to miss anywhere, you want to miss short. And Jack picked that right out of there. He hardly even disturbed the sand. What a shot. That is marvelous.
Well, we have seen some shot making today. Here's Jack Nicklaus now for a birdie. As we see Donna Andrews, a resident of Pinehurst, winner of the Dinah Shore on the right there, looking on for birdie.
Oh. Hit it out to the left. Hold it.
But Jack makes par while Arnold had a little difficulty on that hole and made another bogey, so we're back to a 5-stroke difference. A look now at the 15th hole.
Par 3, 189 yards, downwind today. Great feature of this hole is you can land the ball short and run it into this green. Anything that carries on the green has a chance to go over, and it slopes severely over the green down the hill.
Nicklaus.
Jack has a 5-iron.
Well, if I figured the wind right, let's see.
Over the back.
I went over.
Down the hill.
Good gracious.
Went way down the hill.
Pretty good shot to end up there.
The green's awfully hard. Watch out.
I tell you, if I hit it that good, I don't care where it goes.
That's sort of the way I felt, actually.
Arnold also has a 5-iron. I think you'll see a lower shot from Arnold. Come in and try and bounce it just short of the green. Let it jump up. That's well played.
So perhaps a chance for Arnold now to pick up a stroke with Jack over the green. Let's go down to Rossi.
Arnold, did you think that Jack would still be out here playing? You know, he said that he wasn't going to play very long.
Well, I can only tell you, Bob, what Jack told me. And when he was 27 or 28, he said that when I reach 35 and Max 37, you won't see me out there. Now, at the same time, I was saying, as long as I can walk, even if it has to be with a cane, I'm going to be out of here.
Well, you love this game. You wouldn't be doing anything else if you weren't playing out here. So you might as well be out here.
Well, I can think of some things I would be doing, but they aren't very good.
All right, Jack Nicklaus now, second shot from behind the green.
With a putter from well off the green and up a steep slope.
Yeah.
I didn't hit it.
No. Well, Jack has left himself a difficult putt for par.
There's that hole. There's that hole.
Looking on in the gallery, Kelly Mitchum, Walker Cup member who lives down the road in Southern Pines. Now Arnold has missed his birdie putt. So Jack now for par.
It's just too tough, Jack.
2 pars here.
Right center.
And so the difference remains the same after 15 holes. Jack Nicklaus 2 under, Arnold Palmer 3 over. Horse racing has a long heritage in Pinehurst. Today the stables are the winter home to trotters from the north who train on the 2 harness tracks adjacent to the golf courses. Rossi, every time Arnold looks like he's going to get close, Nicklaus keeps jabbing him. How about that putt?
That was a great 3 made from behind that green. He hit a beautiful shot in there, Jack. You know, he deserved to make 3.
Well, you know, this 16th hole is reachable in 2. We may have a little action here.
Well, Jack's a couple under par. You know, if he can happen to make an eagle here and shoot 66 or 7, it'd be a tremendous round of golf.
Sure would. Let's take a look at the 16th.
Very reachable par 5, playing downwind today. The water you see is the only water on the golf course, but it's not in play for the good player. Very generous driving area. From there, the hole slopes gently downhill, turning slightly left and up to the green. Very well bunkered green, but you can run the ball in. Flagstick right in the middle of the green today.
And we'll pick up the action with Arnold's second shot.
208 to the front edge, 229 to the flag. Slightly downwind, he has a 5-wood. Did you ever think you'd see Arnold with a 5-wood? It's a nice looking shot right at the middle of the green, right at the flag. Beautiful golf shot. Wonderful shot from Arnold.
Is it too late for a charge?
Nicklaus, big drive here, 217 to the hole. Sounded a little heavy. But okay, just off the right edge. Jack, we have heard about both you and Arnold, you know, since you were probably 35. Talk about, well, I'm not going to be here another 5 years or anything. And what do you think about Arnold? I mean, he's 64 and he's still around.
Well, I think
he loves to play, doesn't he?
He loves to play. I think Arnold will play as long as he thinks he can draw it back and shoot a decent score. And I think I'll probably do the same. I think it's, you know, Arnie loves to play golf. I mean, I think if he quit playing tournament golf, he'd still play golf every day. But I think that he would miss competition because I can't go out and just play golf because I just don't have the fun of it because I would miss competition. And I think he's the same way. I think he just loves competition. You know, we talked about, as I say, 20 years ago, not playing anymore. Well, I think that really went by the wayside because I just don't think I could miss or not have the competition. I love it.
Well, the game's a lot better for you guys still being around, believe me.
Thanks, Bob.
Indeed, the game is a lot better. Jack has putted up to within 8 feet. Now Arnold with a chance to make up some ground, an eagle putt.
You just can't make it happen, Jack.
That's a gimme birdie for him. And he certainly won a big eagle there.
Nicklaus misread his putt from off the edge, missed it 8 feet to the left. Makes them all today.
Birdie, birdie for the two here. And so at the end of 16 holes, Jack Nicklaus 3 under, Arnold Palmer 2 over. Now the par 3 17th, 180 yards.
No.
Another bad iron from Arnold. In the bunker.
And Nicklaus on the green. So Arnold went on to make bogey, and Jack made par. And so at the end of 17 holes, Jack Nicklaus 3 under, Arnold Palmer 3 over. And now a look at the home hole.
Beautiful finishing hole, uphill all the way. Bunker to the right will catch a mishit tee shot. Hole plays pretty long. The fact that it's uphill all the way goes back to the beautiful clubhouse here at Pinehurst. Bunkers around the green really don't come into play today with the flag placement. But around the greens, the ball will run off severely right, left, and over. Jack ends it with a flourish. That may be the best drive he hit all day. That is a tremendous drive right there. You might hear a grunt from Arnold here trying to catch that one.
But he'll be trying.
He always goes after these.
Yeah.
That's not bad either. A little right. It's got to go. Okay.
And now look at the gallery. They've enjoyed it so much being close to these players today, walking behind them, unlike a regular tournament when they're behind ropes. And here's Arnold's daughter, Peggy.
Hello, Peggy.
Hey, Mr. Nicklaus.
Hey, honey, nice to see you. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great.
Good.
Well, that's nice to see. Family in the gallery. Jack has his son caddying for him. Now we pick up the action with Arnold's second shot.
Arnold, 3-iron. Oh, playing long. And that's definitely the best iron he hit all day right there. That's a gorgeous shot.
He almost hold that.
Cool.
That was solid.
Yeah, you know what I did then?
No.
I didn't worry about my swing or anything. I just tried to accelerate through the ball.
And did he ever? Nicklaus.
That was a 5-iron. And over the green again. That 5-iron of his must be a little hot, Jack. He's knocked it over the green a lot.
That's the first one I've hit today. Well, first one today, Jack.
It was a good golf swing and did it. Thanks for playing, and
Thank you. I enjoyed it.
we're gonna work on our game so at the end of the year we win that Diners Club
You
thing.
know, I'm serious about that.
Let's do it, huh?
I'll hit them all like this.
And there, ladies and gentlemen, is a
Knock it in.
picture for the history books. Now Jack's third shot.
From well off the green with a putter again. Seen this shot a lot today. How about this for a touch? Is this something?
Well, that was the story of the match.
Some round of golf, 67.
Never made a thing, huh?
You are one putting dude. You are one putting dude.
Can you
that's a no
believe
putt.
that?
That's a no putt.
Can you believe it? I used up enough no putts today and 1 putts today to last me for a month.
Just remember, when we're partners, putt that way.
I'm gonna putt that way. Good gracious.
Oh my goodness, what a way to finish. Well, he putted like the old Nicklaus, or the Nicklaus of old, didn't he? Now Arnold finishing off with a par.
Thank you. Enjoyed it.
Thanks, Harry.
Nice playing.
Thanks,
It was
I
good.
appreciate it.
Very good.
Good playing today.
Yes, sir.
Hope we do it again.
And so this match is over. Jack Nicklaus finishes at 67, 4 under. Arnold Palmer at 74, 3 over. Welcome back to the Pinehurst Resort and Country Club in Pinehurst, North Carolina. And here is the final scorecard on the front 9, Jack 33, Arnold 36. And on the back 9, Jack 34, Arnold 38. There were 3 pivotal holes where there was a 2-stroke swing, and then, of course, there was Jack's magnificent putting. Now let's go down to Rossi.
Thanks, Jack. A sensational finish to a great day, and Arnold, must have been nice playing for Shell, even though it was a tough day for you.
Well, I enjoyed the day, Bob. I played poorly, but Jack played very well, I thought. And, you know, if he gets his putting going, he'll be all right. You know, he might be able to do something. But it was a good day, and I think that's the most important thing.
Jack, you said you found out something about your putting. You told Arnold you had a secret. Are you going to divulge it now?
Well, it's not so much of a secret. I've just actually, for my son Gary, 3 or 4 weeks ago, and he was just standing over, and actually my son Gary and Michael actually the one who brought it home to Gary. And it was, you're standing over your putt and saying, I just love to putt. I can't wait to get on the green and love to putt, and I want that opportunity to make this birdie. And rather walking up to a putt instead of being sort of tentative with it, I walked up with a very positive attitude and an opportunity and something to make. And I started putting that way a couple weeks ago, and I've putted a lot better. And I don't know, it just gives me puts me in a mental frame of mind that I think I can make it. But I made a bunch today.
Well, 67 around Pinehurst No.2 is pretty good.
Yeah, it is a good score. I really enjoyed that, and of course I want to thank Arnold for playing. I know that he'd like to make a couple birdies, in the right places. But really the only difference in the match were the 3 holes that I made birdie and Arnold made bogey. Outside of that, we had almost a dead even match. And we've played a lot of competitions through the years, and it always usually comes down to one little thing happening. And I think that was the thing that made the difference in this match.
To make the presentation is Mr. Jim Morgan, the president of Shell Oil Products Company.
Thank you, Rossi. Well, Jack and Arnold, thank you very much for coming on this beautiful day at Pinehurst. Today we've put a absolutely classic chapter in the series of the Shell's Wonderful World of Golf, and I'm sure that you're going to bring joy to millions of Shell customers and others all around the world watching this match. So on behalf of the Shell Oil Company, its employees, its retirees, and most importantly, our customers, I'm pleased to present you, Jack, with the winner's trophy for Shell's Wonderful World of Golf.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you very much. And may I say that I'm delighted to be back and playing on Shell's Wonderful World of Golf. I'm glad you saw fit to reinstitute it, and I think it was a great addition back into the game of golf. It was great to start the game of golf on television, and I know that both Arnold and I enjoyed being part of the show. Thank you.
Now let's go back to Jack Whitaker.
Thank you, Rossi. In a way, it's a shame we had to have a winner or loser here today. It should have been a tie, but that's life and that's golf. Actually, the feeling at Pinehurst today was that winning or losing was irrelevant. What everybody wanted to see were these 2 immortals going at it once more. The amazing thing, but not surprising, was the gallery. They began gathering at 6 o'clock this morning. And by the time we walked down the first fairway, there must have been in excess of 5,000 people. I think not since 1936, when Bobby Jones snuck quietly into St. Andrews for a friendly round at the old course, and the whole town turned out to see him, have we seen a gallery this large for a non-tournament affair. All of Pinehurst turned out. It was the kind of day, in short, that this gentleman, Donald Ross, would have enjoyed very much. The executive producer of Shell's Wonderful World of Golf is Terry Jastrow. Produced by Jim Walton. Directed by John Del Vecchio. Executive in charge of production, Mike Pithy. Associate producer, Kathy Farrell. Assistants to the producer, Chris Pfeiffer and Mark Loomis. And many thanks to all the people of Pinehurst who were so very helpful in making this show.